We are going to be going through an example on our 10/8 circumference and area of circles homework, because by the time we get to the end and we're looking for the area of circles, we're taking the area from the circumference and not from just the radius or the diameter. So we're going to have to go through a few more steps to get to our solution. When we start with the circumference, that means we're starting with the length around the circle. And to find the area of a circle, we need the radius. We can get the radius, though, from the circumference. Here's kind of the order that we're going to tackle this sort of thing in. We're going to go from the circumference. From the circumference, we're going to get the diameter. From the diameter, we're going to get the radius. And from the radius, we're going to get the area. So this is a multi-step problem that's going to take a little bit of time to go through. If we're going to find the diameter from the circumference, we need to use the formula for the circumference of a circle. The circumference is pi times the diameter. Now, you can bypass the diameter step and go straight to the radius if you like. However, I'm going to do it this way in this example, just so we have some extra time to show how to get from the diameter to the radius and vice versa. What we're going to do now is fill in everything that we know into this equation. We know that C, the circumference, is 87.92. And we're going to replace pi with 3.14, and we don't know what d is. This is an equation that we have to solve. You solve an equation by doing the same thing on both sides. We want to isolate d, and to do that, we're going to divide by 3.14 on both sides. I would use my calculator for this because don't want to be making a mistake. Divided by 3.14, and I got 28 is our diameter. So we did circumference, check. Now we have the diameter, and we need to go from the diameter to the radius. Now in a circle, oh, I didn't snap. No, that looks like an oval. This is so sad. Yeah, that was better. So in a circle, the diameter is the whole way across. The radius is halfway across, and it stops at the center. If we want to get from the diameter to the radius, all we have to do is divide by 2. There are equations that you can write for that. You can write that d equals 2r, or you can write r equals d divided by 2 if you like equations, or if you prefer to just think through it. Remember, the diameter is the whole way across the circle, and the radius is only halfway. So if we take our diameter of 28 and we divide by 2, we're going to get 14 as our radius. So we started with the circumference, then we found the diameter, and now we found the radius. From the radius, we can finally get the area of the circle. We're going to be using this equation again. Or this equation, I suppose we haven't used it yet. Pi times radius squared. We're going to write 3.14 for pi, and our radius, we just found down here, 14. So 3.14 times 14 squared. Order of operations says we have to do 14 squared first. 14 squared is 14 times 14, or 196. And we're going to multiply that by 3.14. So I'm going to do that on my calculator real fast. And I got 3.14 times 196 is 615.44. So that's going to be our area. Make sure you check the directions. In our book, it says to round to the nearest tenth. So if we're going to do that, we have 615.4, and we're going to stop because the 4 is telling us to keep it the same and not go up. So that's the area, and we found the area by starting with the circumference, dividing by pi to get the diameter. We took the diameter and divided by 2 to get the radius, and then we put the radius into our area equation to get the full area of our circle.